All right. We are here with episode number 2. Dose of Things We Dread. The Things We Dread podcast, thingswedread.com. I am the B-Man alongside Bom'Chelle. How you doing, Bom'Chelle?
I'm doing all right. How are you doing?
You made it back for a second installment?
I did. It's good to see you. I missed you.
Good to see you too. Missed you as well. We actually have not even seen each other since the last Things We Dread podcast.
I look at your pictures on Facebook almost every day.
Thank you.
Yeah, I do.
Thank you very much. We got a lot of good feedback off of episode 1, surprisingly.
We did.
We got almost 2,000 listens on the first podcast.
That's unreal.
We did not expect that. It definitely blows our mind. And we're seeing stuff all over Facebook regarding the podcast, which is awesome. So you guys got to keep sharing, keep telling everybody you know, so we can keep getting listeners and wanting to do this show, because it's definitely fun when people listen.
I actually didn't... people had started leaving quotes from the podcast on my Facebook page, just like one-liners.
Yeah.
That I didn't even...
I was seeing a lot of the manners, bitch.
A
lot of that.
A couple things, and there were things that I didn't even remember saying.
Yeah.
That happens a lot. Like, shit comes out of my mouth. I'm hearing it for the first time. Sometimes I don't even realize that I said it, and I don't really remember it. But I listened to the first podcast for the first time today.
Yeah.
It was actually really, really funny.
Yeah.
It was really funny. There were a couple things that I don't even remember saying.
Nothing like a podcast talking about how great their own podcast is.
I'm shocked. I didn't expect it. I really didn't expect it. I mean, I don't think I'm that funny. And then when I was listening to it,
I'm sure there's other people out there that don't think you're that funny either.
I know.
I was telling Bom'Chelle that there seems to be like just certain people that hate her guts.
And that's
I don't know why.
It's the story of my life, man.
There's nothing wrong with it. As long as you can evoke an emotion out of somebody, you did your job.
That's right. I'll take it. Whatever it is, I'll take it. As long as it goes to 10, I'll take it.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. No doubt about that. So we're back. We got some things to talk about here. No doubt about that. I've been on vacation for the last week, so I've been kind of busy. One thing that I'm noticing is when I'm out and about, I don't make my own coffee if I'm very busy. So I'll go to Dunkin' Donuts. Why I go to Dunkin' Donuts, I don't know, because I don't even like Dunkin' Donuts coffee.
I thought you were going to say you had like an assistant that you direct.
No
coffee.
Assistants. I have minions, but no assistants.
Right.
But so I'm like, okay, well, if I'm going to go out, I'll get some coffee because I don't have time to make my own coffee. And then I can never figure out where to get coffee because I'm very particular. Mm-hmm. I like flavored coffee. I don't know what kind of coffee you like, but I like flavored.
Usually I drink black coffee.
Just black?
Yeah, but it's seasonal for me.
You have a black soul then.
No shit.
Just black. You can't drink black coffee.
I do. I drink black coffee, and it varies. Like sometimes I like to get fucking wild, and I'll be like, I'm about to buy this creamer that's flavored like a Boston cream donut. Have you seen those? The international creamers. They have like your daily calorie intake amount in like a single serving, but they're fucking delicious. But like a Dunkin' Donuts, like a coffee that's out, I'm never actually satisfied with it. It's like a methadone coffee. Like I drink it just because it's coffee, but it's not the one I want.
Yeah, it's like never what I want. For
some reason, you make your own coffee. Like
I make
at home?
my own here. I have like a little container that holds the beans, and you hit the button, it grinds the beans up, makes you coffee, all that kind of stuff. I like flavored though. Like I want the beans to be flavored, not flavor pumped into it. Because when you go to Dunkin' Donuts, they add the flavor.
They pump it.
Not good.
Right.
But that's not my complaint. I don't understand why I do go to Dunkin' Donuts because I don't really like it, but I still go there. I guess it's the better of other evils. So there's one over that I go to, close by to here. Mm-hmm. And I went in there a few times, and I was irritated every time that I went in there, but I couldn't figure out why. So then I go in, and I give over my money to the guy, and he gets me my coffee, and I say thank you because I'm a decent human being. And he goes, "Don't worry about it." So I'm thinking about this, why did he tell me not to worry about it? I don't get it. So I come back and I'm thinking about it for a while.
Right.
And then I say something to my wife. I'm like, I don't understand why the guy in Dunkin' Donuts tells me don't worry about it when I get my coffee. It's not a normal response. It should be maybe you're welcome.
Yeah.
Or maybe no worries. I can maybe get the no worries, or
Yeah.
like
that Southern California, like no worries.
Yeah, but like
that
you're giving me a
too,
sentence here.
Right.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about what? Don't worry about the fact that you're getting paid fucking $8 an hour to give me coffee, and I shouldn't worry about the fact that I just paid you fucking nearly $5 for it. I'm not worried.
Yeah, I wasn't worried about anything. But like I was dwelling on this, thinking about the don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. And so I said something to my wife, and she's like, what are you even thinking about this for? And I said, I don't know why I'm thinking about it, but it bothers me, so I'm thinking about it. So I let it go for a little while.
Not for long.
Not for long. And I ended up going back there, I don't know, maybe a week later or something like that. And I got another coffee, and it was this same guy. And this guy, you ever see The Biggest Loser? Probably not.
Yeah, no, I have.
He looked like this guy that I call Chocolate Face on The Biggest Loser. Like he's just not. He's not even ethnic, the guy, but he just looks like chocolate. This guy. I don't think he's ethnic. Maybe he's Hawaiian or something. I don't know. He looks like chocolate to me. So I call him.
He's Polynesian.
I call him Chocolate Face.
Yeah,
but
which isn't racist at all. I just want to put that out there to you.
No, I don't think so.
No.
So, I went back in there, and he said, "Don't worry about it again," which made me like in a tizzy. I'm like in a tizzy. Like I don't understand this. Like,
oh, I understand.
I again didn't even know what to say to this.
Yeah.
So the next time I went in there, I was dead set on recording him telling me, "Don't worry about it."
Get the fuck out of here.
No, dead serious. Like I'm like I need this on record. So
oh
let me see
God.
if I could play this. It's pretty hard to read, but I go thank you. He goes hard to hear, but I reached over the counter with my phone like I was being slick, like I was just kind of fumbling with my phone.
Oh my God.
And recorded this "Don't worry about it," and now I listen to it off hours trying to analyze why this guy says "Don't worry about it." It irritates me. I don't get it. I want to write a letter to Dunkin' Donuts. Now, I went to a different Dunkin' Donuts.
And the same thing happened?
No.
Say it. It's protocol at Dunkin' Donuts. They're like, we'd like to have a more laid back kind of
it's
feeling.
like, are they teaching these guys to say weird crap to their customers?
Yeah.
So, he basically, I go into this Dunkin' Donuts, and I order my normal coffee, which is like a hazelnut coffee, half and half, too sweet and low.
Right.
Something like that. So the guy goes, well, before I order, he goes, "What can I get you, boss?" And I'm like, a little off put by this. I'm not this guy's boss, because I wouldn't hire him. So I tell him what I want, and he forgets, right? And he comes back. He's like, "What?" He's like, "What did you want again, boss?"
Boss.
So this guy's busy calling me boss. Like this is like his thing. I don't know. He keeps calling me boss. So I tell him again. He goes and gets it. And then I wanted something else for someone else that I was with, and he's like, "What else can I get you, boss?" He just keeps saying boss. It's irritating me. So I get my order, and I get back to the car, and it's nothing that I ordered. So if I was this guy's boss, I would actually fire him.
Yeah. You should have actually responded in that way. You should have been like, if I were your boss,
I'd fire you.
I would fire your ass.
I should have. I'm going to keep that in mind. I may go back to that Dunkin' Donuts with my recorder.
I want you to go back there and record the whole thing.
I'm going to bring my recorder with me, fumble with it, get a really bad recording again.
Video it.
Yeah, I may do that.
If I was your boss, buddy, you'd be shit canned.
You ever get people calling you weird stuff? Like weird...
Really? People call me weird stuff all day, every day.
But like it's normal? Like they it's like in the conversation, like just calling you something weird?
Like
other than bitch.
Yeah, I was gonna say something else, but
yeah.
I get like I have people that call me like darling, doll, like nicknames and stuff like that, but it's purely affectionate. Never anything like I don't know.
I find boss. I don't think that's like a term of endearment.
No, and you know what? I think
he's belittling me.
I know someone who does that. Who and he means no disrespect by it. I think it's almost like you can call women darling, hun. What can I get you, darling? What can I get you, doll?
I still think that's weird.
How you doing, hun? You can do that. I don't know. I think it's kind of cute. It makes me feel like I go to the same gas station.
Yeah.
every single time, and it's not because he's the cheapest. It's fucking grimy. It's owned by this old guy whose sister was my neighbor at one point. It's like, I don't even know if the guy knows that, like, he doesn't know this correlation, but in my mind I'm like, you know, I'm going to Marie's brother's garage. The guy's like fucking 112. But I have to tell you, I've been going there for about 4 years now, religiously, and I always go in, I always talk to him, I pay in cash, whatever, and I always bullshit with him. And there was one time that I went in there and I'm like, fuck. I was leaving my house and I was like, I'm not wearing these pants. They give me a camel toe. I changed my pants.
Wait, you changed your pants from pants that give you a camel toe to other pants to get gas?
Well, I was leaving my house to go out and rendezvous.
Why do you even own pants that give you camel toe?
I don't know. I don't anymore, but I did at that point. So anyway, I had to get
I don't believe you. I think we need to get a warrant.
Next week, I'm going to camel toe it. So anyway, the point of the story is that I had to get rid of the camel toe before I went out. So I changed my pants, got my truck, went down to get gas, and I'm like, fuck, my money is in the camel toe pants.
Is it in the camel toe itself?
It's in the actual,
pants?
Right, like a fucking money
Is there a pocket there?
Like a bank envelope. Slipped it in there.
It'd be safe. Nobody'd want to touch it.
That's right. So I'm like, Tony, I kind of douched myself here. I forgot my money.
It was in my camel toe
I
pants.
stuffed it in my camel toe. I left it at home. And he was like, don't worry about it, sweetie. You'll get me next time. All right. But every time I go in there and talk to him, have a good day, sweetie. Have a good day, hon. And I kind of, I skip a little bit like,
Really?
Like,
it's that easy?
You'd be amazed at how fucking easy it is.
Wow.
You'd be amazed.
Well, people love to call me weird stuff like boss. I mean, I could
Chief,
deal...
This guy that I'm talking about that calls me doll. It's my boyfriend. Calls me doll all the time.
Well, it's your boyfriend.
And I get like,
that's okay.
Yay.
But I think it's weird when it's somebody outside, like just a weird person walking down the street serving you gas or whatever. I think it's kind of weird. People call me like boss, bro. I can deal with the bro thing. That's all right. You know, like that's we're like on the same level then.
Yeah, I kind of find that a little bit. My 16-year-old son refers to grown-ass men as bro and man in a conversation. I've actually pulled him aside and been like, you do not address that man as man.
We do kind of weird things, me and my friends sometimes too. Like we'll say, that's a good kid. And then we'll realize that dude's like 30.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
He's a good kid. He's a good kid.
Just today, I actually was talking about somebody and I referred to them as a kid.
Yeah.
And then I was like...
And I'm not that old. I'm only 30.
I'm like, that fucking person's like 3 years younger than me.
Yeah. But I do hate when people call me like a big guy.
Well, why would you ever call somebody that?
I'm not a small guy. I'm not a huge guy.
Right.
But regardless, why are we referring to me as big guy?
Right.
It's irritating to me.
Now, I could see calling you boss or chief.
Chief? Oh, chief is the worst. I should have remembered the chief. That one, it really irritates me.
Someone called you that?
Goddamn Indian? Yes. Really? All the time. I get called chief.
Huh.
By random people. It's like... I think people, like, for some reason feel
like... Is
it
when strangers do it to you? Because they're like,
hey,
projecting
Chief.
This kind of an intimacy between the two of you. Like, when my friends call me, like, hun, doll, whatever, I do it to friends of mine.
Yeah, but that's an endearing term.
Right. So it's definitely like it's an intimacy thing. Like, and I don't mean intimacy like, you know.
She's making jerk-off party moves.
I don't mean intimacy like that. I mean, like, there's an intimacy among friends, among family, a comfortability where you know, hun, could you hand me that, babe? Give me this.
That's okay.
Whatever. But if a complete fucking, you never saw this person in your life, I get it. I get why you would feel like that.
It's irritating to me. I don't like it.
You know what? From now on, when somebody calls you something like that,
I should call him something really insulting.
Turn it around and just be like, thanks, twat. Whatever. You got to call him. Thanks, ballsack.
Thank you, inferior.
Yeah.
Something just totally strange.
Yeah.
That'd be a joke. My wife actually, people always just go up to her and be like, how old are you?
Yeah.
Because you look really young.
Yeah. Sammy does look vibrant. I won't call her young.
People always say, how old are you?
She looks really young. But she's...
Are you 12? So now she's coming back with... You look pretty old.
As
How old are you?
As well
60?
she should. Yeah, as well she should.
Yeah, it's pretty weird. I don't understand. And for some reason, people think they could just have random conversations with me. I can go anywhere random, and people will have a conversation with me, and I don't get it. I don't understand why people think that they could just either comment on me or have a conversation with me. I literally went to the supermarket to buy a roll, and a lady started playing with my hair.
Shut up.
And like I thought that it was my wife until I turned around and it was this old lady pulling on my hair going, "Are those real?"
Holy shit.
And Things We Dread is named after my hair.
Right.
I have dreads. But she just starts pulling on my hair and being like, "Are these real? Are these real?"
Did you slap her old
I actually was in
away?
a very good mood, so I didn't slap her away. But
I would have took one and fucking tickled her in the face with it.
tickled her nipple.
Yeah, they are real.
I should have grabbed her boobs and been like, "Are these real?"
Are these real? That's weird. I don't like strange people touching me.
No.
I like people that I know touching me all the time.
Oh.
But I don't like strange people fucking putting their hands on me.
No.
No. So, no.
I'll just be walking somewhere, they'll be like, "Oh, nice hair. Oh, how long did it take you to grow your hair?"
You know what's funny is that I have a good friend of mine who also has dreadlocks, and it seems to be the only thing. We just actually today, coincidentally today, I said to him, "Is that the only thing people ever talk to you about?" And he said, "Honestly, it's the first thing that anyone ever talks to me about."
Yeah, probably.
He's a white guy,
if it's a
too.
new person,
Yeah.
they either talk to me about that and then realize that I'm an asshole, and then stop talking to me, or they like me and they keep talking to me.
I have that problem too, but people start talking to me about really anything and then be like, "Wow, she's a fucking douchebag," and then stop talking to her.
I don't know. But back to the coffee thing.
Okay.
So I was at in a hotel, and I started noticing this trend. A lot of hotels, they'll give you free coffee in the room.
Yeah.
Have you ever noticed that?
Yeah.
I didn't even really start noticing it until lately.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing that I find very strange about it is it's always in the bathroom. So it's like there might be fecal matter on that coffee.
Oh, there, without a doubt.
Why would you put the coffee maker and the coffee in the bathroom?
Because that's where the sink is.
Can't we just move the water from the sink in a vessel
Not if you're a fucking idiot.
over to somewhere else that's maybe not contaminated with fecal matter?
Not if you're an idiot, and then you have maids that are now dealing with a sperm-soaked wet rug.
We're not transporting sperm in the vessel.
No, but there's already sperm in the rug.
Gotcha. So the water will drip on the rug, activating the sperm.
Reactivate the sperm like sea monkeys.
All of a sudden, all the maids are getting pregnant.
Yeah, you have a floor of wiggling sea monkeys.
I wonder if this was like some kind of controlled test, like they tried putting the coffee maker
you know what?
near the TV or something, and then all of a sudden all the maids got pregnant. They had to move it back into the bathroom. I just found it really weird because I'm just sitting there, in the bathroom, and I'm looking around, and I'm like, "There's a coffee maker in the bathroom."
I'd never noticed.
I should have tried taking a dump and roasting coffee at the same time.
Multitasking.
That would confuse my senses.
Yeah.
It's pretty strange.
So I don't have cable, as you know.
Yes. Which I'm always debating whether I should have cable or not.
I spent so many of my
don't want to cut the cable.
Well, I mean, I spent so many of my adult years without it for various reasons. I was traveling for a while, and I didn't really have a home base, and then it was like a finance problem, and it was just never a priority of mine. I'm not a big TV watcher, although I do get mildly obsessed with certain things. But I do it like I'll go to the library and I'll go to the fucking library and take out an entire season of something. And then I watch nothing but that show until the seasons are done.
Well, people do that with Netflix these days.
Well, now I've moved to doing it on
you have
Netflix.
the Netflix?
Yeah, and I actually have it on my phone, and I watch it on my phone now.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I'm going through a Sons of Anarchy thing.
Oh, yeah? I tried watching that show. Didn't really love it.
I wake up in the morning, and it's like the first thing I think about.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's creepy. But anyway, I was watching my daughter watch Disney Channel, because you get it when you have kids, and it's like, you don't want them to feel like fucking aliens in school, and everybody's talking about this person and that. Oh, Victorious and iCarly and all this other whatever. And then you quickly realize that they're playing the same exact show every single day at some point. It's on constant repeat. And I watched my daughter mouth the words and the laugh track to a Disney show. And I had been tossing around the idea of getting rid of my cable anyway. $182 a month. And I never sit down and watch it.
You need to negotiate better.
And my kids are watching dumb shit.
Yeah.
Like dumb shit. And I watched her mouth these words and I'm like, no, it's got to go. So I got rid of it. It also helped that my boyfriend bought me an Apple TV for Christmas.
I have that as well.
It's brilliant.
Yep.
Get rid of fucking cable. Get rid of it. You don't even.
It's
need
definitely
it anymore.
going in that direction.
Yeah,
no doubt about that.
So
I don't think it's there yet.
I have the Apple TV. I'm not completely living in a fucking cave.
Right. Apple TV is good.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Like I said, I don't watch a lot of television, but I kept.
I think the future of TV is going to be an Apple TV-like device.
Absolutely.
As soon as you can sell your, they're just going to go direct with the content. It's like $1 per station you want.
Absolutely, and that's brilliant, and that's exactly.
Although we did read an article, me and some guys from my office, how that doesn't work financially or something like that for the providers, but I think that's the direction it's going to go.
I hope so. It's a smarter direction.
Yeah.
That fucking pisses me off that I have to pay $180-something for all these channels of dipshit fucking television that I would never watch in a million years. I don't want them.
You should have me call up, negotiate your cable bill. You ain't going to be paying $182.
What do you pay?
$87.
Shut your ass.
For cable and internet.
Are you
I don't
serious?
have a phone, but cable and internet.
Yeah, mine was a triple play. Was the internet. So now I pay $40 a month for my Wi-Fi.
Right.
That's it.
And then your Netflix.
What's my Netflix?
$7.99 a month.
Yeah, you want to know the God's honest truth? There's Netflix, HBO Go, and Hulu. And between 3 people, my derby wife, my boyfriend, and myself.
They just give you the passwords?
Each one of us, we share passwords. So each one of them has the other two's passwords, and we just share it that way, and whatever. Totally illegal? Don't care. I'm beating the man. That's how I'm sticking it to the man.
Sticking it to the man?
Yeah. Where was I going with this? Oh, so I get most of my current events. I get from fucking Facebook. I'm not even kidding. Because you can't get it from the radio. Because they don't give a shit. Here's where I'm.
The radio doesn't give a shit?
I just remembered. No, I don't they're not going to tell me where we're at in Afghanistan or it's not going to happen. I spent 40 minutes in the car this morning going to work. Because I had to, I didn't make my lunch last night. I had to go to ShopRite at 7 o'clock in the morning, which is creepy. I had to get gas and then go to work.
I can only imagine who's in ShopRite at that time.
You can. You think you can and you can't. It's fucking creepy. And then there's me literally running through ShopRite.
And they're looking at you like, this girl's creepy.
What does the matter with this bitch? Yeah. So I'm listening to the radio the whole time, and all I'm hearing about is Miley Cyrus. And I'm sure this is fucking totally old news by now and nobody gives a shit anymore because it happens that quickly. But for the most part, I usually just get I don't care. This is getting to something that aggravates the shit out of me. Is people that talk about celebrities like they know these celebrities. And this happened to me at work the other day. And I went in, and these 2 young guys that I work with were like, yo, did you hear about... And I didn't even commit the name to memory because I cared this little. Did you hear about LeBron, blah, 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 blah? Yo, he's a fucking crackhead. Are you serious? Yeah, he got caught doing fucking crack. He's got to go to rehab. His first old lady, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, these guys hang out with crackheads. Where the hell do I work? And I said, who is that? You don't know who that is? I said, no. He's a basketball player. I said, I'm a 40-year-old white woman that doesn't have cable. How the fuck would I know who this is?
Right.
And they're talking about him like they hang out with this person.
Well, he is pretty well known.
He's married to Kourtney Kardashian.
Yeah, right.
So I immediately stopped caring about this. I digress. Back to Miley Cyrus.
What's the point of that story?
I don't, because it made me. That's what made me start to think about this. What aggravates me, and it's not that they aggravated me, but we have a culture of people that are celebrity obsessed, but don't even know couldn't find all the states on the map.
Right.
You know what I mean? But they can tell me who each Kardashian is married to and what their husbands do and how many babies they have.
I can only identify the Kardashians by ass. Ass
Me
prints.
too.
But only by ass prints.
Me too. Anyway, so I ended up breaking down last night because they were shredding this girl.
Miley.
I know her as Hannah Montana.
Hannah Montana.
So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna.
I have to admit, I actually liked her music.
Listen, she's talented for what she does, and she's beautiful. She's a beautiful young girl.
Well, yeah, kind of.
So I thought, I'm gonna watch this so that I can defend her, because I feel like.
Who are you going to defend her to?
The world. The fucking nation, Brandon. What do you mean? All these people are like, she's not
Bom'Chelle on Extra.
That's right. Extra.
Leave her alone.
Yeah. Leave her alone. So I watched it. Oh my God. You watched it?
I watched it. Only at your direction, because I hadn't watched it before that.
You had to.
All I saw was the little pictures of the chicken butt. That's all I saw.
Well, listen to me.
Guess what? Chicken butt.
I watched it. I wanted to not watch it. I couldn't.
After you started watching it, or before?
It was like seeing a dog's dick. You don't want to look. You want to look away, and you can't.
Right.
That's how I felt about watching this.
Miley Cyrus is a dog's dick.
It's like looking at a dog's penis. I couldn't look away. I wanted to. I felt dirty. I knew it was wrong. I couldn't stop looking.
What's so wrong? I thought it was right.
It was terrible. It was terrible. I kept waiting for her dad to come out with his achy breaky heart and fucking grab her and pull her off the stage.
He probably put her right on the stage.
Someone stop her.
He's probably pushing her out there, being like, go make us some money.
There. Yeah, hike those shorts up.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see those labia.
I thought Miley Cyrus was great. The creepy part, I thought, was those bears dancing around.
I don't even understand.
Why were they so depressed?
Were they depressed?
I think so.
Who was that fucking gigantic black ass?
In a thong.
Was it in a thong?
That was the second scariest part. I thought Miley was a clear winner.
In comparison to a 400-pound ass.
Yeah.
In zebra print pants.
It was like a watermelon in tights.
And some creepy ass teddy bears. I didn't get the whole thing. And I kept thinking, there were a plethora of human beings that had to okay this. This wasn't just her being like, no, I'm going to go out there and do my own thing. You just watch. It's going to be fucking great. That's not how it was.
People actually hired these depressed teddy bears. You have to see the faces on the teddy bears. Did you see the faces?
No, now I'm going to have to watch it again.
The faces make the whole thing great. I don't know. And I don't know if she was wearing like a bear outfit, which looked like it didn't fit or something.
It didn't fit, and neither did her shorts.
Right. Something was pulling up on her. I don't know. It was very weird. Something was going on with her body. But I thought she was great. And when she was Hannah Montana, I was saying to everybody, as creepy as this sounds, I can't wait till she gets in Playboy. Because I would buy that.
I'd buy it too.
See? You'd buy it. Nobody wants to admit this, but I would buy that. And I was saying it back then. And now I think we're not that far away.
No, I don't think we are.
My dream is coming true.
It's coming true. She's going to Lindsay Lohan and fire crotch it soon.
Yeah.
And I'm always amazed at how surprised people are that these young girls turn into exactly this.
Yeah.
Like when Britney Spears all of a sudden was like labia and nipples all over the place. Like as much as she could show everywhere. Everybody was like, oh my God, what is she doing? This is what sells. Right. She can't sell being a 12-year-old, adorable little girl anymore. So she has to be essentially like a glorified stripper.
Can't she be talented?
Who cares?
People would care.
Do you care if Britney Spears is talented?
No.
I can't name 2 Britney Spears songs, but I could fucking name to you like a dozen of her front page Inquirer stories, headlining stories.
That's true.
And it's dumb shit. Like,
but that's because her music was never good.
No, you don't think so?
No.
It's catchy when she's like, "No, baby." I still do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still catch it in my head every
I don't know. I like this whole performance. I thought it was quite entertaining. And one of the most entertainment shots was, I forget who it was, Drake and someone else sitting there like totally bored.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
And then the whole, I don't know if it actually showed on the actual VMAs, but there were pictures of the Smith family, Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith, and their kids, and their faces, like you would think that they caught somebody blowing a dog.
Right.
They were all like, ugh, disgust, complete disgust.
If I was sitting there, I would just be giving the slow clap. This is fantastic. I liked it.
I can't believe you say that.
Entertainment-wise, it was excellent. Then I love the what's his name? The other guy came out in the Beetlejuice outfit. Alan Thicke.
It's not
and as
Alan
soon as
Thicke.
I saw
Alan Thicke is his father.
Oh.
It's Robin Thicke.
Robin Thicke.
Yeah.
As soon as I saw that outfit, I'm like, I kind of need to own this.
You fucking do.
I
You
would rock
definitely
that
do.
thing.
Yeah. The Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice.
I've watched that movie a lot lately.
Yep.
A shitload. My daughter's going through a Beetlejuice phase.
Really?
Yeah.
That's strange.
It is very strange. She's a creeper. She likes a lot of creepy.
I liked when also Miley was humping the teddy bear.
What the fuck is going on with this child?
I don't know.
Drugs.
Whatever it is the right thing.
I blame everything on it's the right thing. I don't know. I don't know if she's going to recover from this.
Oh, no?
No. I don't know.
Sometimes you could just tell from when somebody's like young, like even if it's like a 6-year-old girl or 8-year-old girl, you could tell they're going to be a whore sometimes. I'm serious. Like we had this family friend, right?
Oh my God.
And she was like, I don't know, she was probably 8 or 9 or 10. I don't know what age, because I can't tell. Like some people, they could be look at some kid and be like, oh, that's like a 10-year-old. Like I don't know if somebody's 6 or if they're 14.
That's,
I have no
but
idea.
you can look at them and say that's a 6-year-old whore.
Yes. Absolutely.
I know what you mean.
Absolutely.
I know.
And I remember saying to my family, who thought I was absolutely insane, that I'd be willing to pay this girl's expenses until she was 18 so that I could take a cut of all the stripper money when she becomes 18.
Oh my God.
Everybody thought I was a little crazy for that, but...
is she like a blood relative, like a immediate?
No, it was a family friend.
all right.
Family friend. But
if
it's like you should be able to buy stock in slutty girls
in your
early.
Vagina, yeah.
This way you can pimp them out to strip clubs later, take a percentage.
I agree with you. Get their teeth
almost
fixed.
like a dowry.
Yeah.
Like you pay the family a dowry and you're like, you keep her till she's 18.
Waxed eyebrows on her 18th birthday. Brazilian.
I don't want anything with the girl. I just want to be able at 18 to be able to be like, all right, I know she's going to become a stripper anyway. I want a percentage of that money.
Fund it. Yeah. That's some Rob Dyrdek shit right there.
Yeah.
I want 1% of all your vagina income.
We should start a website.
Oh my God, that would be brilliant.
It's like Kickstarter, but for young whores.
For young whores. And we'll just sit outside of schools. No, we don't want them. We don't even want to talk to them.
What would it be called? Dick Starter?
Dick Starter.
I don't know.
We could call it like the...
But you could just tell with some girls, like right
Yeah, absolutely, I agree with you.
Right from the get-go.
And I wish that I could give you my examples right now, but they're closely related to me.
Right.
So I can't. But in 6 years, I'm going to let you know.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You got to write it down, put it in a sealed envelope.
That's right. In 6 years, you're going to open this up and be like, I'm going to Reds.
I don't know. Women are weird. One thing I do notice about women, guys don't do this. Only women do this. Women don't know how to use their knees.
Their knees.
Like, their knees don't work. Like, for some reason, somebody never has a lesson with women in life and says, hey, if you want to bend at the knees.
Do people have lessons with guys and show them that?
Nobody has to show guys. They know to use their knees and how to use them. But women don't seem to know how to use their knees. For instance, like, when women bend over, they bend at the hips. Mm-hmm. And I find it completely obnoxious.
We're
like,
presenting.
Like you're
like in the wild.
That's
like
some
primitive
they just
shit.
Bend over to get whatever they need. and for extended periods of time, I was just bending over.
Yeah.
Extended periods of time, they'll stay bent over. Like, let's say that like a girl wants to get something out of the bottom drawer in their dresser or something like that. Instead of bending at the knees like a guy would and getting something out of the dresser because they're going to be down for an extended period of time, they bend at the hips.
She probably bends at the knees when you're not looking.
So you're saying that women who bend at the hips do it intentionally? Because it's a lot of women.
Maybe it's a primitive thing.
Primitive.
That we're presenting like an animal in the wild.
Really? So when you're on your own, you bend at the knees?
No, I probably present my own.
I've just noticed this.
I probably present bend too.
It's particularly rampant with roller derby girls. I notice it. Girls at the gym. I notice it.
All presenters.
It's very strange.
Yeah.
Like you would think that you'd be aware, like, hey, maybe I shouldn't bend over for an extended period of time, especially if I'm wearing very thin pants, let's say. You know,
I can't even fucking believe that you're having this conversation with me right now.
Why is that?
Because it's ridiculous. Like, you don't even get this.
I don't understand.
You're like, especially roller derby girls and girls at the gym. You mean like good-looking women that want you to look at their stuff that they've worked on?
So you're saying intentionally girls bend at the hips?
We're presenters. It's
so
what
do
we
they want to comment?
No.
I bet you if you comment a girl that bends at the hips, they're not going to be happy.
Listen, if you commented at most of the derby girls that you know when they were bending over, you get blasted in the throat. Or blown viciously.
Ooh. I don't know. I just noticed it everywhere, though. Not just derby. Everywhere. You have to start...
You know what? I'm going to be very conscious of this
has to be conscious of women versus men bending. Going to get something off the floor. Going to get something low. Women... bend at the hips, men bend at the knees like normal people.
I'm going to be conscious of this now. And yeah, and I'm thinking of like, you may be 100% correct about this.
Is this an evolution thing?
That's what I'm saying.
You think it's evolution?
It goes back to
girls have evolved to bend at the hips.
No, it not that we've evolved. It's in our primitive nature to present.
But you're not even sturdy like that. If somebody bumped you, you'd fall over on your head.
Listen,
it's strange.
The whole point of presenting is so that you lock in a mate, and you don't have to be sturdy. Okay. He does. That's why he squats, and you bend at the hip.
He's the sturdy one?
Yes. That's how that works.
Is that right?
I can't even believe that you don't know this.
I've never understood this at all.
We both have the same notification thing.
Oh, yeah?
On our phone, yeah.
Well, I just got a text saying, my new mantra, I don't have a temper problem, I have a temper, you're my problem.
Who sent you that?
Somebody.
Is it the guy that hates me?
Yes.
Yeah, he's a fucking... You know what? Now I know. Now I know why he hates me.
Yeah? Why is that?
He has no sense of humor.
No?
No.
Is that right? I wonder if he's going to hate you more after this episode. Or start to like you.
I can guarantee it.
Yeah?
Yeah, I can guarantee it. And after you told me that I had a handful of people, can you fucking imagine that a handful of people are like, oh, I hate this bitch?
I can't imagine.
It's out. You can?
I can imagine.
You get the same thing though.
I know.
It's, you know what? It's and I get it.
People love me or they hate me. They always have.
Absolutely. They either
There's usually not an in between.
Right. They either love me like, and I have like some of my closest friends are this same personality type that it's such a strong personality that you either want to fucking kill me or bed me for life.
Yeah, a lot of people want to bed me as well.
Yeah, I mean, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like they want to be, and I have other people whose presence I always want to be in because they fucking make me laugh my ass off.
Yeah. Or
they're intelligent, or they're stimulating somehow. Mm-hmm. But there are a handful of people in my life that I have stimulated to want to kill me.
Right. I think I found one.
Fuck them. Get in line.
They were telling me they wanted to start a new podcast called Blowing Up Bom'Chelle. To run against us.
That would be smart.
Yeah. It would be entertaining at the very least.
It would be. That's exactly what you need to do, is feed my ego more with hatred.
Yeah. I love when people hate me.
You know what? It doesn't matter to me one way or the other.
Yeah.
I'd probably fucking hate him.
I find it... No, you wouldn't. He's very lovable.
I doubt.
I love him.
He has hate in his heart for no reason. This guy doesn't know me. He's filled with hatred.
Yep. So what else is up?
What else is up? Covered the Miley Cyrus thing. That was really the one major thing that irritated me, because like my ADHD doesn't let me stay irritated long about things. Yeah,
no, I stay irritated forever. Like once something annoys me, it never doesn't annoy me.
You've carried things like irritations from your childhood.
Absolutely.
Like what?
I can't remember.
I can't. They don't matter anymore. I don't care.
I'm telling you, I don't forget. I don't forget a lot of stuff, especially these days. I can never let something go. And if somebody does me wrong, I'll never forget it.
Yeah,
I'll pretend like I forgot it.
Yeah.
But I'll get you back.
Yeah, I have that. I don't know if I have like a get you back kind of thing, but I just kind of feel like...
I just wait for the opportunity.
What do you do?
I don't know. Depends on the situation.
I think that you have a lot of opportunity to embarrass people.
Oh, yeah? Yeah,
I feel like you do. More than most other people.
It's fun.
Yeah.
I have no issue with it. And if I hate somebody on Facebook, I will never unfriend them. Never.
I don't either. You know who I do unfriend though? I have unfriended a handful of people, and it's not so much that I can say I hate them. It's because like the political rants, the fucking I need you to believe what I believe whole thing. I can't. I can't do it. Like, some people get so incredibly political that I don't even know what the fuck they're saying.
Right.
It's just a lot of words that...
I don't know if they know what they're saying.
No, they can't. They can't. I've unfriended a couple people over shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love Facebook. Facebook is like the best audience.
I do too.
All I do is I lurk, and then I wait for an opportunity to stir shit up. Like, if you want to stir stuff up on Facebook, like... just look for some opportunity of like somebody posting a picture of their kid, looking for everybody to go, oh, how cute, how cute. Yeah. Be like, it's not a good looking kid.
Do you actually do that?
Oh, yeah. I will stir it up on Facebook. Anytime. Post a picture of, I don't know, yourself.
Yeah.
I'll write something. Whatever.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I lurk, I wait until the perfect opportunity.
You know what? I do know of a time when you did that.
Really?
Yes. I know of a very specific time that you did that. Someone, well, I guess I can point it out specifically because you did it in a public forum, right?
I don't know.
Well, we have a mutual friend of ours that owns a business.
Okay.
The business has one name, and it was pointed out to them by another mutual friend of ours that when she received her receipt from that business, there was a totally different name on it.
Oh.
And do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And the other name was kind of juvenile.
Right.
And you were like, I think it's completely stupid.
Yeah.
That's all you said. People were like, that's so hilarious.
But it's enough.
I love that.
It's
That's so
enough
hilarious.
a lot of the
Like,
time to get everybody in a different direction.
I think you killed
I am a
it.
master troll.
You were the hatchet in that whole commenting forum. Everybody
love
was
it.
just like, fuck.
I love, people are like, oh, Facebook's lame, Facebook's lame. Facebook is the best audience ever.
It is. It really is.
I can get people stirred up about anything. I love it. I will just lurk and wait.
I do too. I do.
And then attack.
And there is always
one... It looks like I did it fast, but I thought about it. I'm like, this is what I'm going to write.
And I'm going to wait.
I'm going to wait.
I'm going to wait for the right opportunity to fucking fuck him in the ass about this so nobody else comments.
And I hate people that hashtag the hell out of stuff. Like,
what are you talking about?
It's like, they don't even understand what the point of a hashtag is.
Yeah.
Like, a hashtag, for people that don't understand, is supposed to categorize things into a group.
Right.
On such sites as Twitter.
Right.
Recently, Facebook added hashtagging, but it's completely worthless because it'll only show up to your friends or people that you're friends with, so it's stupid. So there's no point in hashtagging something on Facebook. It's just retarded.
Right.
But to hashtag something on Twitter makes sense. So people will hashtag something on Facebook, like they'll take a picture of their dinner, which is like chicken salad, and it'll be like hashtag delicious, hashtag protein, hashtag paleo,
best husband ever,
hashtag best husband ever. And it's just like, it's a whole post of hashtags for absolutely no reason.
Hashtags.
And you know which hashtag is really irritating me these days? And I like, who would even think when I was a kid I would complain about hashtags because I wouldn't even know what a hashtag was.
Yeah.
The hashtag no filters. Have you seen this?
I don't even know what the fuck that means.
Okay. So,
I have seen it. I don't know what it means, and I'm like, I don't give a shit about this. And I just never...
I have to be certain that at least half the people that use it have no clue what it means either. Because I'm thinking about it. I keep seeing this no filters. Right. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, so there's no filters on the photo. Like, that's what I was thinking to myself.
Okay, that's what I thought.
So I'm like, okay, so there's no filters on this fucking ugly photo. Like, I didn't really think there was a filter on it because it's terrible, right? So...
That's a picture of your kid at his birthday party.
No filters. So then I went to go look it up to see what it was because I thought maybe it's like some inside joke. I don't know.
That
like,
you
no
don't
filters. And that's what it means. It means there's no filters on the photo.
You fucking asshole.
But like, people have to tell me there's no filters on a terrible photo.
Do I actually give a shit? Hashtag picture taken Tuesday. You fucking asshole.
I don't know. Hashtags get to me, especially that no filters one.
Yeah, they get to me too. Yeah, I don't like
things that make you go.
But I do love Facebook.
Yeah.
I love the living shit out of it.
It's just endlessly entertaining.
Yeah.
And if there's like a company to be beat up, I'm all about it.
You're the man.
Exactly.
You are the man. I did enjoy that. B-Man recently, yeah, it's still pretty recent, recently slaughtered a car company.
Oh yeah, that story's still coming.
It's still going on.
I'm still working on this whole thing.
I was following it and giggling my ass off.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great. The squeaky wheel.
Oh yeah.
It actually works. I just get.
It hasn't worked yet in this situation, but it will.
But it seems like it's working.
Yeah.
I mean, it's closer to working than not working. You're fucking relentless, and they just want you to go away. So you'll either be killed.
I'll be killed by Subaru.
Subaru will hire someone.
A hitman.
Yeah.
It will, yeah. That hitman won't be very efficient, I'll tell you that much. Based on my Subaru experience. That hitman will be leaking oil all over the place. But anyways, you were talking about the grocery store before.
Mm-hmm.
What really irritates me at the grocery store, and I guess this is what irritates B-Man Day, is people who write checks. I hate people who write checks at the grocery store.
I don't have checks. Do you have checks?
I have checks somewhere if I have to make a big purchase.
Use them.
No, why would I carry checks with me?
I have no idea. It's like
they invented
something...
a debit card.
It's like chiseling something into a fucking stone and being like, here.
Why do they even accept checks?
I don't know.
If I was a supermarket, I'd be like, we don't accept checks.
Yeah, we're not taking this.
Like debit cards were invented. Use a debit card. It's the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Scan the card, sign the thing. If you use a check at a grocery store, a bag should be thrown over your head. You should be thrown in the back of a van and carted off to debit card school to teach you how to use a debit card.
Yeah.
It should be their responsibility to have these teams there to educate people about debit cards.
I think there's, you know what?
Maybe we can get a corporate sponsor like Chase can like hang out like at the cash registers, and if they see somebody writing a check, they throw the bag over their head and take them off the debit card school.
What the fuck are you doing? Just open palm, slap them down the face, not even across the cheek, slap them right down the nose.
They seem happy about writing checks though. Like they take it out and they have to put their glasses on, and then they write it out. Who does this go
right now? You're describing my boyfriend.
Who is this being written out to?
Yeah.
Then they write it, and then they have to have like a check cashing card so that they know that they're responsible enough to write a check.
Lick their Bic pen.
How do you allow your boyfriend to do this? You have not educated him on debit cards?
The first time that his daughter needed a check for school to buy her yearbook. And she's like, Dad, I need money for my yearbook. So he's like, where's my checkbook? I thought it was a joke. I thought he was like, go get my typewriter. You know what I mean? Like, I thought he was joking. And then the checkbook came out.
Yeah.
I said, are you really writing a fucking check? And he had his glasses on.
Did they take credit cards?
Who knows? He doesn't even want to know about that. I'm not giving my credit card number to somebody.
What are they going to do with it?
What are they going to do with it?
You do realize that every time you write a check, your entire checking account number and routing number is on the bottom of the check, right? That's all you need to steal money.
Yeah.
Credit cards are at least guaranteed by Visa or MasterCard.
You cannot. This is it's an old school kind. He won't let go.
Yeah, but you know what? Sometimes you see young retards carrying checkbooks at the supermarket.
Not these old retards.
No, it's usually ladies. I'll be fair. Not usually men doing it unless they're old. Right. Young ladies, for some reason, sometimes write checks. I don't understand it. Gets to me.
I don't even know what I would do with one.
Like, I don't understand why you would want to write a check. No. And then they have to like balance their checkbook while they're standing.
If somebody came in to
I feel
my
like
store,
smacking the checkbook out of their hand.
I have had, when I had my store, I had a couple people come in and give me checks. And it's a hassle.
Yeah.
And I
had
like
take the check somewhere.
A huge stamp that I had to like stamp on the back of it. And I would say to them, you don't have any other method of payment?
Right.
Because I'm not getting this immediately. And now I have another form of currency I have to fucking deal with.
Right.
Swipe it or give me some cash.
Yeah.
No.
You know how like Chinese places sometimes like they'll put up like the bounce checks?
And it just says no check.
But like sometimes they'll have the bounce checks on the wall.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be embarrassed that I bounced a check. I'd be embarrassed that I used a check.
You wrote one of the first
for Chinese food. What do you write in the notes section? Like egg foo young?
I've had checks in the past. And I always end up losing my checkbooks.
That could be a problem.
Yeah, it's
Do
substantial.
you get like the designer?
Of course I do.
What do you
You
get
know
on
the
it?
the painting, the Scream.
Yeah,
That's like like that.
that's on your check.
Yeah, it was. I got a one that was a series of 4 checks that was like the Scream, and then a guy as if you were looking through his eyes where he sees his feet and he's obviously bloody in the desert and there are huge vultures around him.
That's a lot of work to put into a check.
They're paintings from something else, but yeah, I've had those, and then I had like.
Why are people willing to pay extra for the designs on a check?
So you could be like, look how interesting I am.
But does anybody think that, or do they just think this is a douchebag writing a check?
I don't know. I wanted to believe that when I was sending in, my O&R payment with my Scream check.
They go, oh, that's so cute.
Oh my God, she's so funny. Or your friend would be like, this fucking asshole.
Do you think it says anything about the person? The actual check? The design?
Yeah.
What's it say?
I think so. I don't know.
But how do you know that it's that person's check? Like, for instance, let's say you share checks with someone. Like, what would you expect to be on my checks, design-wise?
On your checks?
Yeah.
You don't have checks.
No, well, I do have checks because sometimes you do need to write a check in those odd situations where people don't accept credit cards,
you could get,
which is even worse than people that write checks.
If you could get like a series of Def Leppard or Dio Dokken checks. Dokken.
I don't listen to these bands.
Who knows? You might.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, what's really on my checks is Mickey Mouse,
Shut up.
Minnie Mouse, Donald Duck, and I believe Goofy.
No.
Yeah?
I don't even accept that.
Because you don't know. I share checks with my wife, and that's her checks. Hers have Disney on them.
See, I could see that.
So then I got to go somewhere with a Disney check.
Like a douchebag.
Be like, here's my Goofy check.
Here's my Goofy check.
I just had to send in $8,000 worth of school tax yesterday on a Goofy check.
$8,000 in school taxes. And you don't have any fucking kids.
That's
You
why I
don't go to
said,
school.
I wrote on Facebook, send me your thank you notes. I don't have any kids. $8,000.
That's fucking insane.
School voting is messed up. Like voting for school budgets.
I agree.
Because the people voting are not the people paying.
Right.
How can you possibly have, and now I'm getting political, but how could you possibly have tax representation without taxation? So you can go and vote to increase the school budget, but not have to pay school taxes. Mm-hmm. What kind of screwed up society do we live in? This is something else that grinds my gears.
That chaps my ass.
It does. I don't understand why, if I own a house, I get 1 vote. Let's call it 2 votes since I live with my wife. We get 2 votes. Mm-hmm. And the house next to me is a rental property, which has 10 people living in it,
right,
paying the exact same amount of taxes as I do. And they are all renters, so none of them are paying school tax, yet they can all vote on the school taxes.
I agree with you 110%.
What is this?
And I would hope that anybody that would listen to us also agrees with you on that.
I don't think they would. I think
Why?
they would say I'm being greedy and selfish.
No.
Because I've heard this before.
Really?
I don't mind giving a little bit, chipping in, helping society. I mean, it's not going to help because I'm going to deal with the same idiots as I deal with anyway, even if they're educated or not. But I don't understand why I have to pay $8,000 worth of taxes for a school that I don't have a kid in.
That's not your property tax. That's your school taxes.
School tax.
That's
not even my property
That's
tax.
outrageous.
I pay
That's
property
outrageous.
tax in January, I think.
That's insane.
I pay school tax now. And I have to pay $200 for the library so that you can rent your...
Sons of Anarchy.
Sons of Anarchy.
And Dexter. I went through Dexter.
So make sure you use $200 worth of rentals, please.
Yeah, I will.
Because I'm not going to. I don't go to the library.
Because I'm not gonna.
No.
Well, now I Netflix it, so the library can suck one.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I can't... homeless people rent books from the library. If I want a book, I'll buy a book. I don't want to be on a time schedule that I need to finish this book in 2 weeks.
I do actually honestly use the library.
Really?
I do, yeah.
Are you homeless?
Not yet. Give me a minute. I may be.
I can't be put on a time schedule that I need to have this book back in 2 weeks.
I never bring them back on
How do you
time.
know what they did with the book?
I don't know.
Like, imagine you get like a 50 Shades of Grey. What could be on that book?
Do you think I would ever read that book?
Don't you think that would be an interesting show where you go to the library.
I would never take that book out of the library.
And then we run like forensic tests on the books.
Oh my God.
And see what's going on in each one of these books. Let's start with 50 Shades of Grey.
Ugh.
People get worked up about that book.
They do. Did you read it?
No.
I didn't read it. Do you
and
know
I have like grown men saying, you got to read this book. I'm like, I don't have to read this book.
I really don't have to. Wasn't it written by like an old ass woman?
Yes.
It was?
Yeah.
An old ass whore, apparently.
Was she a whore?
I have no idea. But I mean, from the book is hoary, isn't it?
Did anybody claim her at a young age?
Claim her? I paid a dowry for that vagina.
I paid a dowry for a percentage of that. That girl's earnings.
I never had any desire to read that book at all. I do know quite a few women that have read it, and they're like, I can't believe you haven't read it. And I'm like, really? You can't believe I haven't read it? Why would you ever think that I would be into something like that? I think people are given the wrong impression.
Of you?
Yeah.
What impression do they get?
That I read 50 Shades of Grey.
I wouldn't have that as an impression.
You wouldn't?
No.
Well, I mean, you're not a fucking nitwit.
I guess. It's like they look at you and they're like, did you read 50 Shades of Grey?
You must have read this. No, I didn't.
No?
Because my voice is sultry and I curse a lot. You think I read about...
You do have a
fucking
pretty
all day long?
sultry voice.
Thanks.
Someone actually told me you sound like Daria.
Who is that?
Never mind.
What? You can't fucking do that. Who is it? Isn't it a song by Cake?
No, it's a cartoon from MTV from back in
with
the
the
day.
Bob.
Yeah.
With the Lewinsky cut.
Yeah.
Was it a Lewinsky?
I don't know.
She had some kind of a Bob.
She was kind of nerdy.
Yeah.
They said you had a Daria voice.
I'm going to have to Google it.
Check out the voice. I'm going to have to check it out. Maybe when we get off the air, we'll have to check this out and see if you actually do have the voice.
Yeah.
I don't have the whole setup hooked up so we can play stuff, but maybe one day.
Yeah.
Maybe one day if people keep listening to thingswedread.com.
Someday, children all over the world will scream my name.
Maybe. But you guys got to help us out. Make sure you share these podcasts. Mm-hmm. Share them with everybody and anybody. Mm-hmm. Let them know about thingswedread.com. Subscribe to us on iTunes. Just search Things We Dread. It's totally free. I can't even believe they let us on iTunes. It's pretty cool.
Maybe they just didn't listen.
Maybe they just felt bad for us. And we just started a Facebook page, which was facebook.com/thingswedread. Mm-hmm. So you should get engaged with all those things. Listen to the podcast. You should leave us some comments. We didn't get a whole lot of comments last time, but we got a ton of listens. We got a few comments.
Yeah, we did. I did get a lot of...
we got comments to us.
Right. I got a lot of personal text messages from people I hadn't spoken to in years.
Maybe with Facebook, people will comment when we post the actual episode underneath that, and then we can have a little discussion with them.
Yeah. It was nice. I liked it. It was pretty. We got a lot of really good
feedback.
Yeah, we really did. I was surprised that I can't fucking believe that many people actually wanted to hear anything that we had to say.
Let's see if they want to hear it a second time around. Let's see how many times that people actually want to hear this thing.
I'm telling you, I'm off tonight. I don't know if you could tell.
I could tell a little bit.
I'm a little bit off.
You're quieter.
Yeah, I'm fucking exhausted.
Oh yeah.
I started another job, and I am saturated with children every day.
What does that mean? Saturated.
It means it
sounds terrible.
There is continuously other people's children around me.
Oh god.
And I know that I've said this to you. I don't know if I mentioned it on the show last time, that I literally hate other people's children.
Oh yeah.
You have to be a special fucking kid for me to want to deal with you.
So you only like special needs kids?
No. You have to be a special kid.
Oh yeah.
And
I can't stand kids.
No, I really can't.
That's why I don't have any.
I really can't. And I'm also kind of spoiled because my kids, their dad and I did a pretty, by the seat of our pants, did a pretty good job with them.
Oh yeah.
As little people. He was a really good parenting partner.
I bet you every parent says this though.
No, they don't. They do not.
Parents go around saying I got some terrible kids.
Yeah, parents have to look at their children and say, this kid is a fucking dick. Because I'm looking at your kid thinking, that kid is a dick. I'm at work.
Yeah, but they think their kids are good looking and they're not.
No. Listen, I see a lot of kids and I'm like, this poor shithead. Like, his mom obviously drank when she was pregnant for him. You know that dickish look some kids have where it's kind of like a trailer parky Bud Light kind of look?
Absent?
Yeah, absent. Like, they have ringworms somewhere on their body. You know they do.
It's like in a weird spot, like behind their ear or something.
Yeah, the back of their knee. They've got ringworm. Like that kind of kid that eats his own boogers. And this week, I don't even know where to begin with the stories that I have about these fucks. This week alone, I heard a 3-year-old boy call his father an asshole. So not once, like several times.
Was his father an asshole?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely.
So a smart kid.
Yeah. And you know what I do notice? That it's a lot of it isn't necessarily, like, you get it. You see this kid and the kid's like, you're an asshole, put me down, he's 3 years old. You watch this parent 4 minutes and you're like, the kid's right. He is a fucking asshole. And I wouldn't want him holding me either. You generally can narrow it down to the parents quickly. Believe it or not, I went to school to be a teacher. I taught preschool years ago. My son was little. And my problem was never with the children. Maybe I'm actually directing my anger in the wrong place. But they do become products of bad parenting or shitty fucking parents. And
I find a lot of people that have kids, they just have kids because they have nothing else to do.
Because that's what you do. That's what you do.
They need a purpose.
Yeah.
Since they suck at everything else, they're like, I'm going to pop out a kid.
Yeah, I'm going to parent because I'm a fucking asshole. So it's the most important job that you can have. And anybody can be put in a position.
But it's not the most important job because you created it. You can't create your own job.
You can if you get impregnated and push a human out. Your job is to parent this person.
But everybody has kids and parents them. So how special can it be?
All right, you got a point there. But so I thought today,
I always thought that people should need licenses to have kids.
Absolutely.
Like if you don't have a kid with a license, they take the kid away.
Yeah. They
send them to me for slave labor.
I told someone recently that I'm not, and I think I lost this person as a fan of mine in regular humanity, not necessarily on the show.
I'm sure it's no big loss.
No, it's really not. I told them that I was not pro-choice. I was pro-abortion.
I've said that before, too.
Have you really?
Yeah.
See, this is why.
We need more abortions in this country.
You know what? You should have to go through an office when you leave Planned Parenthood and say, oh my God, I accidentally got pregnant. It's not an accident. Someone dumped sperm in you, and that's how you got pregnant. You didn't slip.
Well, those maids in the hotel rooms.
Aside from them, where do you work? The Budget Inn. Oh, okay. It was an accident.
Oh, we knew you were testing the coffee makers in the living room.
You should have to go through some sort of counseling when you find out that you're pregnant and have someone, I'll do it, I don't give a shit, that says, no.
So you're now creating your own job.
I'm creating my own job right now based on accidental pregnancies. And even, pregnancies that aren't accidental. Some people, you just look at them and you're like, this isn't going to fucking turn out good for anybody. Especially me when I have to deal with this kid in Walmart.
Oh, yeah.
I have to fucking look at him and hear him, or in ShopRite or wherever I am. So I have children around me all day long. I watched a man today poke his 2-year-old in the side of the face and explain to them that this is what happens when you don't know how to act in public. And
you get poked in the side of the head?
You're poking a baby.
Right.
I mean, this kid still has a diaper on.
I've probably not behaved in public. Nobody's ever poked me in the side of the head.
This is what you do. You're a fucking 400-pound, gigantic, like brick shithouse of a man. You know what he reminded me of?
Who?
Joe the Refrigerator Perry. Remember the football player?
Yeah.
He reminded me of that guy.
And he was poking his kid in the side of the head?
Yeah.
Did the kid deserve it?
No, I don't know what the kid did. But the kid had no pants on.
You should have walked up to the guy and poked him in the side of the head.
Yeah.
But you probably wouldn't have a job right now, but...
It's a matter of time anyway. I'm surrounded by kids every day. It's really, my days are always numbered.
What do you sell, kids' clothes or something these days? Kids' clothes?
Yeah.
Why would you even choose that?
I didn't. My job is supposed to be that I'm not even near these children. I just deal with stock and that whole area of it, and I'm not really part of I'm not supposed to be part of the sales part of it.
Right.
Because that's not really my thing.
You don't sell.
No. And I don't want to be around somebody else's fucking kids, ever. But
you can catch something from those kids.
They're disgusting. They're fucking disgusting. And
kids drool all over the place.
It's more disgusting.
Why do people love these things?
I don't know. There are some kids that are pretty lovable, but for the most part, they're just fucking animals.
Yeah. They're just
animals. And then I saw a couple that had 3 kids, little kids. They were all below the age of like 4. 3 of them. And it was a husband and a wife. He was covered in tattoos. She had a little like nose thing going on, a little bull ring. Cute as a button. These kids were angelic.
Oh yeah?
They were...
Yeah, you can't judge based on tattoos.
They were absolutely angelic. That reminds me of something. We were flying out to California. Do we have... How much time we got left?
We got about 5 minutes.
All right, we were flying out to California. My brother got married over the summer to my beautiful favorite sister-in-law, Melanie. And
you actually like somebody?
I love her. She's a sweetheart. She's the best thing that ever happened to him. She's an absolute doll. He met her in Afghanistan. They're both in the Marines. And
was she in a burqa when he found her?
No, she's a Marine.
Oh, okay.
And was she in a burqa?
Was she shaved?
She might be shaved. I don't know. But she's a doll. So anyway, we go out there for the wedding. My mother has stage 4 cancer. So she's not going to die. The woman's Irish. She's 4'10". She hates the fucking ground that she walks on. She is too rageful to die. This is the 3rd time my mother's had cancer.
Are you saying angry people don't die?
This one won't.
Yeah.
People have been like, God and the devil don't want your mother. You're damn right. She's not going anywhere. So anyway, she has stage 4 cancer. So she, at this point, had been going through, she had gone through 5 treatments of chemotherapy. So she had her little, I call it her schmata, her little hanky thing on her head, shuffling around. She's a little old lady.
I rock the schmata.
Yeah, I rock a schmata too, most of the time. So she's got her little schmata on.
It's like a miniature ganga.
A tiny ganga from my head, a head ganga. So we're in the airport, right? And there's this guy in a wheelchair. You could see his leg was pretty fucked up. And he's there with his girlfriend. She's covered in tattoos and a tank top, pretty enough.
Right.
Piercings everywhere. And they're not young. They're like my age, they're probably in their 40s. And he's covered. He's got a, derby hat on. He's wearing his Vans, his whole thing. And it was very social distortion-y looking. So we're in the airport and I see these two, and my mom is supposed to have a wheelchair.
Right.
She fucking refuses to get in one. When the woman brought it to her, she's like, oh, this, Miss Wilson, this wheelchair's for you. She's like, bah, I don't need a goddamn wheelchair. Okay, she doesn't need a goddamn wheelchair. Sorry to waste your time. So she still has to sit in the wheelchair seat in the airplane,
right.
So she sees this couple, and she looks at me and goes, I hope I don't have to sit next to those fucking son of a bitches.
I like this lady.
She's...
When I sit on an airplane and people are walking down the aisle, I'm like, I hope they're not sitting next to me.
She's hilarious. So Sean and I were like 5 or 6 seats ahead of her. Thank God. So she's like, I hope I don't have to sit next to these son of a bitches. I'm like, Mom, you can't. People probably say that about Sean and I when they see us, because we don't look much different than that. She's like, they're assholes. I can just tell by looking at them. I'm like, this lady's a dick. Is that my roller derby sweatshirt on?
I like her.
I seat my mom. Right, of course, she's fucking sitting right next to them.
Yeah.
Of course she is. So I seat her, and she's shuffled in, growling, grumpy. Where's my fucking bagel? Did you butter my bagel? No, Ma, can we just sit down and I'll butter your bagel? I'll bring it back to you. Okay, I hope I don't starve. I'm sure you're going to starve, Mom. I just watched you fucking eat a roll and have a cup of coffee. You're not going to starve. She's pissed off sitting in the seat. Her feet don't even touch the ground.
Short?
Yeah, she's little. She's 4'10" on a good day. She'll tell you she's 5 foot. She's not. So the guy, I'm helping my mom put her carry-on up above her. And this tiny little stewardess comes over to me and she's like, oh, ma'am, you should let me do that. And I looked at her and I was like, are you fucking kidding me? You actually think that you're stronger than me? You're going to put this up here? Like, she's
a specialist.
She's tiny. She itty bitty. She looks like a 6th grader. Maybe they have their little scarf on, an ascot.
Yeah.
They're a stewardess ascot.
The ugliest skirt ever, typically.
So I'm up, shoving it up there, and I hear the guy go, roller derby, huh? And I turn around and he says to his wife, they got roller derby here. I guess they were going home to California.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I said, you're from Southern California? And he's like, yeah, we have friends that do derby out there. All right. So, I mean, he's nice enough. Whatever. He didn't have to have a conversation with me. So I go back up to my seat. I leave my mom back there. I tell Sean how awesome this situation is, that my mom has to sit next to the only 2 people that she pegged as the biggest fucking assholes in the entire airport. And she's got to sit next to them.
That would happen to me, no doubt about it.
Yeah. So we get off the airplane and I go back to get her luggage or whatever. And also during this flight, I had sent the stewardess back to my mom a couple of different times. I had snacks in my bags and I was like, could you bring this back to my mom and blah, blah, blah. Within an hour of the trip, they knew who my mom was. Could you bring this back to my mother? Could you bring, this drink back to my mom? Could you get this for my mother? So we're getting off the plane and she's kind of groggy, a little bit sleepy, and I'm getting her bag down.
She was probably drugged by those assholes.
She was. They roofied her.
No,
I was like, take this. I gave her some perks when she got on the plane. So the guy was like, that's sweet. She's been sleeping for a while, like the last 3 hours. And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, yeah. It's pretty, like, kind of like, people, when I'm with my mom and she looks the way that she looks now because she's so sick, I get, like, the nod of, like, I'm sorry. Right. You know what I mean? So I got that nod. And so we get off the plane. I'm finally like, Ma, you got to get in a wheelchair. You can't fucking, this is ridiculous. Just get in a wheelchair. What in the hell is the big deal? No, she wants to shuffle out of the plane and hold everybody up. Get in the wheelchair. So I put her in the wheelchair. I push her out, and the guy, like, waves bye to her. My mom's like, bye-bye. Thank you. I'm like, oh, you're talking to the fucking asshole now? She's like, those fucking assholes bought me a blanket. What? Apparently, when you're on a plane now, JetBlue,
they charge you
$7 for this fucking piece of shit blanket.
Yeah,
it's probably completely and utterly flammable.
Right.
You could use it for kindling. And my mom pulled her card out. She was like, "Can I get a blanket?" She's 112. She's always cold.
Yeah.
Can I get a blanket? And the stewardess was like, "They're not free." My mom was like, "They're not free?" Because I paid like fucking $700 for this plane ticket. Oh, they're $7. So my mom pulls her credit card out. We don't take credit cards. My mom was like, good, fuck it. Put the card back in her bag. And apparently these people sitting next to her thought she was a riot because she just curses. I can't imagine this.
Where'd you get that
curses from? Wildly at anybody. And so the girl bought a blanket for my mom and put it on my mom when she was like sleeping. Those fucking assholes.
That's quite the heartfelt story.
It was pretty heartfelt. And it just, my mom's a bitch.
Yeah.
She's just bitter and bitchy, but hilarious. Really, really funny.
Cranky people are funny.
Yeah, she's really, really funny. But I think
I guess as long as you don't have to deal with them all the time.
Yeah, it's unbearable. You can't. Like, I would go to her job and people would be like, "Oh, your mom is so funny. She's such a sweetheart." And I'm like, "My mom? This lady?" Like, show them a picture. This fucking lady? Are you kidding me?
Identify her.
Yeah. Is this really her?
Well, that was episode number 2 of Things We Dread. ThingsWeDread.com. You're probably there already if you're listening to this. Things We Dread on iTunes. Facebook.com/ThingsWeDread. I am B-Man.
I'm Bom'Chelle.
And we'll be back in about 2 weeks with episode number 3. We have no idea what it'll be about yet, but we'll figure it out. Leave us your comments. Share this around. Let us know what you thought, good or bad. We will catch you on the flip side.